Hey everybody, it's good to see you all again. This segment is just to kind of let you guys know what is going on in this episode. So, in this episode, there is a situation. Towards the end, or anywhere in this episode, there is a blank. That means there's no sound coming in the episode, and you might think that is your fault. That is my fault. You can blame me, say it was my fault, because that is an editing problem, and that's because of recording and the recording platform that I use. If that happens to be in the episode, if that's in it, what you need to do is to just disregard it. Don't worry about it. Consider it like an ad break. Consider it like a break. Consider it like we're taking a 5 minute break. Consider it like that. So, no freaking out. No need to worry. Make sure you guys enjoy the episode, enjoy what's in it, and y'all have a good one. And enjoy this one. Really enjoy it and have fun. And please disregard the blanks in there. Consider them breaks. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and thank you guys for understanding and for your cooperation.
Hi and hello everybody. Welcome to another great interview. I am here with DED Rabbit. And gotta say, dudes all over the world, he is in fact incredible. Firstly, gotta say a disclaimer: any noise backgrounds, he's actually doing two things at once. He's at work and doing this interview. Now that is commitment. That's actually commitment.
Gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm so glad to have you with us. So exciting.
Well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. And this is a perfect time because you got a lot of events and a lot of great exciting things happening. Like 2022 is a big year so far for you. And I'm excited about it for you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I do have a lot going on for me right now, both in my personal life and in my music. But yeah, 2022 is going to be a great year. I just got to get through 6 more months of school, and then I'll be on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, but that's great. That's great. You're almost done. You're almost done with school. Congrats. That's exciting.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're almost there. And another congrats because clearly Revolution, who you know Revolution, they're in the Wolfpack Discord server, and you know him, like you guys are friends. What's exciting is that you're gonna be on his next project called Headspace, which is very, very exciting. Congratulations, that's a huge
Thank you.
Revolution. Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. X, what he said was his 10th, so this will be his 11th. I don't think he's released a single at all in between, but yeah, I was actually just talking to him about if he had any plans or what he wanted to do for the album. And yes, we have been friends for a very long time. We have been friends for, I think, just about a decade coming up this summer. So, yeah, it's crazy.
That is crazy. A whole decade. Wow. Like,
yeah.
How did that friendship come to be?
Okay, so I was in high school, middle school, and we both had Instagram, and I was following deadmau5 at the time. And by the way, I don't have Instagram anymore. I try to have as little social media presence as possible because it's so toxic. But there was a post on there that had he had a bunch of his what was it? I think it was a group of pictures, and there was a bunch of synths that he had, like a bunch of keyboards, and then he was showing that he was working on a new project or whatever. Talking about Deadmau5, by the way. And I saw a VST that I used a lot back then. VST is a virtual synth that you use within your DAW, your digital audio workstation. And yeah, I made a comment. I was like, hey, is that Citrus? And then Revolution, I guess he found that comment, which back then he went by DJ Gregmeister, and I went by Frozenberry. But yeah, he found that comment, and we had a little back and forth for a little while, and then we took it to DMs, and then that's it. It's the rest is history. It's kind of interesting. So I guess Deadmau5, if for any reason you ever hear this podcast, thank you for connecting me with one of the best friends I could ever have in the world.
Oh, that's so sweet. And so ironic because I just had Revolution. I don't know if you watched the interview I did with him. It's so ironic because I just had him here and now you're here. So it's like, it's a full circle.
Yeah, I actually, that was the whole reason why I wanted to come on here, was because of his podcast, and then I listened to a couple other ones. I don't remember who all else it was, but I know I listened to a couple else while I was at work to help make the time pass by. But yeah, you got some great podcasts going on over here.
Oh, thank you. Oh, shucks.
You're welcome.
But it's also extraordinary how you two knew each other, like, and you must have made an off. Do you make an off-brand version of Deadmau5? Because I know your name's Dead Rabbit, so is that like an off-brand version, or did that name come from something else?
So it comes from a few things. First off, when my wife and I first got together, she was telling me a story about from her childhood, how she had these 3 rabbits. And I don't remember the exact story, but in the end they all passed away. And while she's telling the story, she slaps her knee and she goes, "That's it." What? That should be your stage name for your music. Because at the time I was going by what my biological name would have been, Matthew Hall. And I thought about it for a little while, and I came up with a logo. First, I came up with the Dead Rabbit logo before I came up with the blue and black one that you see now. But yeah, I thought about it for a little while, and then I made a few connections. So first off, that whole story, since she's a huge part of my life, I owe her credit to it. And then Deadmau5, Dead Rabbit, he was a big influence on my my music that I made when I was going under Frozenberry. And also Deceased Animal, that kind of mantra, I guess. And then where the spelling of dead, how it's just DED, that comes from a metal band that I like to listen to who is dead. So I owe a little bit of credit to them. And part of that is also because I get a lot of my current influence from metal music. That's part of where more of the heavy stuff comes from. And I've been delving deep into odd music theory, and it's all because of the metal scene and how they love to play with different modes, and they like to do weird stuff, and I like to do weird stuff. And then the last one, which is kind of weird, I'm a huge fan of Bugs Bunny, so I'm hunting for wabbits. I don't know, just the whole Dead Rabbit theme. Yeah, it comes from a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah.
I would have never have guessed it. Wow. I would have.
Yeah, like I said, it it comes from everywhere.
No kidding. It really did come from everywhere. God dang, wow. I mean, even that story took me places. Like, what the I was surprised for like a little bit. I was very surprised.
Yeah.
Like my first initial thought was I thought
Very
you hated
cultured
like
man.
bunnies. I thought you hated rabbits, or I thought you were like a bounty hunter. And I'll tell you what.
I didn't. I'll tell you what. I've never gotten that one before, so I'll give you props for that.
Really?
Yeah, I've never gotten. I thought you were a bounty hunter. Never had that, but I love that. That's awesome.
I know it was kind of weird, but that was like my first thought because you put "dead" in front of your first name, so I was like, and I thought you were like Billie Eilish. I thought you were like gonna be like a dark artist, because the word "dead" and.
No. I mean, fair. Okay. I see the connection now. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%. But hey, and you're doing everything. You're doing this interview the same time as job. Like, you're a husband, you're a musician, you're doing you're a producer, and you're doing it all. How can you do that? Even like machinist, which I'm just like, that probably is your job actually, working machinist, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I'm actually going to school for the degree that I will be getting is Tool and Die. I'll be a tool maker / die maker. So, primarily, I'll be working with metal and molding plastics and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, my dad is actually he's an instructor, and I've been around it my entire life, around the machines and everything. So I figured, hey, you know what? Why not just go for it? But yeah, right now I'm grinding some metal down. I'm getting it down to size. So if you hear buzzing, that's what it is.
That explains so much.
Yeah.
That explains like how.
Um, I don't know. Finding a good balance. Um, equally, then the tire can roll freely and it won't have any bumps. It won't have any bruises. But if you have certain things in your life that have higher priority and those spokes are farther apart, then it's not going to ride as smoothly. You're going to have some parts that dip hard. You're going to have some parts that are really smooth. So it's all about finding balance. And I'll tell you what, it's difficult. I I'm not gonna lie. I had a little bit of a breakdown last night, but I'm fine. Don't worry. I'll be fine. I've got 6 months left to go. That's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just
Oh.
music has to take a little bit of a back burner. It has to sit back a little bit until I get my degree and I work on the weekends. So once I graduate, I'm gonna have the entire week to be with my kids, with my wife, work on music, do whatever I need to do. But yeah, it's all about just balance,
Um,
finding some sort of equilibrium.
right, absolutely, absolutely. And it's very extraordinary how you're able to, build a good balance because, God, I've seen people do it and they don't succeed at all. Trust me, like I've seen a lot of them.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's
yeah,
amazing that you're doing it and you find that balance and you're still able to take care of everything, even like school. Like, that's something different. Like, people can't just wake up and do what you're doing.
yeah, yeah. You're not lying. Um, Very math heavy, very technology heavy, very um, not necessarily dirty, but you're working with your hands a lot. Some people don't like doing that. Uh, it's kind of interesting because I don't like to do computer work, yet I am a producer. I don't understand how that makes any sense, but I guess it does somehow.
Well, I see the both sides with it too, um, because I'm working on a very similar degree, computer science, in school. So I see the difference between producing and also computer. Producing adds a little bit of fun into. It's almost like computer science, but it's like more fun and exciting. Computer science is just straight up learning about the computer and the techniques of it and the methods about computers. Producing, it's actually a more fun version of computers because it's incorporating music. Computer science doesn't allow music, so you got that difference to count too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I, you said it.
Absolutely, absolutely, 100%. And aside from all what you're doing, you actually have a couple other exciting things coming your way. First, everybody, I want to um, do this big announcement. He has a brand new single coming out February 1st called Where the Sky Ends. Congratulations, I'm so happy for you. That's very exciting.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was, it was a very interesting project, I must say. I I had a lot of fun working on it.
I can tell. I listened, well, I'm not gonna say I listen, excuse me, I did not listen to it, but I listened to some of your past stuff, and I started to kind of formulate a couple thoughts about this single, and if it's anything like your past work, I know it's gonna be good.
It's actually a little bit different. Um, Where the Skies End is a glitch hop song. Um, I came up I came up with this chord progression, um, and I brought it to a couple of friends, and I was like, I love this, but I have no idea where to go with it. And one of them said, "Why don't you do a glitch hop song?" And I was like, "Okay," and I immediately knew exactly what I needed to do. And what I heard is what came out. So I'm pretty happy with that. Um, very happy. Um, very happy. If there's anybody who's listening who understands a little bit of advanced music theory, um, the intro and the intermission are both in an adjusted Ionian, which is just the major scale, but it has a flat 7 in it. And then the rest of the song is all in Mixolydian. which, for those of you who don't know, heavy music theory, Mixolydian is like every 80s rock band, just the happy, energetic, but still has a little bit of edginess to it. You know, Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue. That song is in Mixolydian. So if you think about that chord progression, how it's happy but heavy, but a little edgy, that's exactly where the Sky's End is.
Wow, that's you're going in deep with that one.
Yeah. Sometime last year, I came across the modes. I've been making music for the past 14 years. I took 11 years of piano lessons, and last year was the heaviest music theory learning experience that I could have ever had. Something came across on my YouTube channel, and it looked interesting, so I watched it, and it blew my mind, so then I dug deeper, and then I had to try it. So, if using modes sounds interesting to you producers who may be listening, do it, because it's fun. It makes you think of music in a different way. You're not so stuck with using major and minor. You know, you can make your songs sound a little bit different, a little more exciting. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And it's first of all, it's crazy because I've not heard anything like that. Like I'm serious. Like what your single is, like I've never heard anything like it, and I've done over 100 interviews, and what you just said, what the vibe of your new song will be. That's the first time for me. I've never heard anything like it.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You're over extraordinary now.
Man, I really hope it. I hope that people like it as much as you say you do.
I'm not just saying, like, I'm not just saying.
I know. I'm just saying, like, for everybody else,
Right.
I really hope that everyone else enjoys as much as you do.
Oh, really well. I mean, you being here is going to give you a nice boost, and your talent's going to give a nice boost as well. So it's not like it's not like people are just going to ignore it. Like, you know, you're going to get plenty of listens by the time it comes out. By the time this comes out, I'll have plenty of listens by then.
Oh, I hope so, and thank you.
Of course.
It's been a while since I've been able to talk about my music like this, so it's kind of refreshing for me.
Oh, so you must have done other interviews, haven't you?
I've done one other interview before.
That must have been like years ago if you talk about a little while.
Yeah, it was a little while ago. It was.
Well, I'm glad you're having a good time, because also I wanted to say you actually have a couple other songs coming, which, thanks for elaborating me. It's, by the way, you did clarify that it's called Arise Nova. I know people, I can see why they call Arise Nova, but it's Arise Nova.
Ars Nova. It's a Latin term for new art. I'm still working on the songs for that one, but yeah.
Damn, I need to get the name right. But along with that song, you also have a song called The Willow Tree, which would be on your album Dead Inside, which, congratulations. And so, like, that's big, releasing an album pretty big.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Dead Inside is my second album that I have released to the public, and it is miles better than my first.
Oh, really? How so?
Oh, my first album, it was more of a, let's just get my name out there. Let's take some of the best ones that I've made so far and put them into a compilation, and we'll see what happens.
So
When you are working, yeah, when you've been doing something for so long, you're still learning. You know what I mean? Like, even though that I've been making music for the past 14 years, that doesn't mean that I don't have space to grow. So, I don't know. Something a couple of years ago clicked. And, I don't know. When I started working on the tracks for Dead Inside, everything just felt better. But Chaos, that was my first album. It was more or less just, hey, let's see what happens.
so your first album was kind of like not as focused and not as, serious as this one is.
Yeah, I'd say so. It was a different time. It was a different time in my life. Not to say that I'm not serious about my music, but I was a little more apprehensive than I should have been. I wasn't sure about where the album would go, where it would take me. Not to say that some of the songs on there, not to say that the songs on there are bad. It's just, I don't think that they're as good as the ones on Dead Inside. So it's an objective perception, is all.
To be honest, you are not wrong. You're not wrong. And you must have been like younger at the time. So like, I totally don't blame you. Like, the second album's always like an upper to the first one because you're right. You're always learning. I mean, you can't call yourself a master of something if you haven't learned like everything. Like, you're always learning. So I'm glad this next album is working out for you and you're improving. That's really good.
Well, thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I even love musicians that are open to improvement. Some people just don't want to grow, and some others just refuse to take any like feedback. Like, you actually are okay with, improving yourself. And that's something that people don't, they don't do, and they don't do it enough. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Like, I don't know. Have you ever seen those kind of people that won't take feedback? I don't know. You work at a job, so you probably have seen that.
Have I seen what?
People can't take feedback.
Oh, people who can't take feedback? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. Yeah, I've actually met a few people on some other Discord servers where they post something up for feedback and they're like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And then I give honest feedback and they're like, "I don't like that." My brother's like that. He yeah. I don't know why, but I quit giving him feedback because I don't know. He has this idea that he needs help, but the help that he receives is not the help he wants. So it's like he's asking for something that he may or may not get, and if he doesn't get it, then he throws a fit. But at the same time, he is 16, so if that makes any sense.
I'm drawing a blank with that one. Seriously, that's me drawing a blank. Like,
That's alright. I love him.
he's lovable. But people do that too. I should have mentioned that in the beginning. People actually, I've seen them blow up every time. Like, even when I would rate their songs, or I would tell them, like, rate their writing, and sometimes I'd even go far and they would blow up in my face, like F you, bye bye, I don't want to see you again. I'm like, what? I just gave you feedback. What are you talking about?
Oh,
No, some like that was unfair. You can't just blow up in someone's face just because you're the one that asked for feedback. You should be prepared for, feedback that hurts you a little. You should be prepared.
Exactly. Like, don't expect for the best, but also don't expect for the worst. You should be okay with a nice even middle ground, So if someone tells you, "Hey, this sucks," then okay, thanks. I'll do better next time. Hey, this is great. Perfect. I'll do it again.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. And what's bad about those people? They think you're biased. They want to bias feedback. They want bias. They want everybody to like it, but that's not reality. It's almost like they want a fantasy to come to life and it can't happen.
Yeah. You can't just get the positive without getting a little bit of negative.
Exactly. And even so, in real life, people are gonna tell you that something's wrong. You should be prepared and be okay with it. Not blow up with someone's face just because you said one bad comment about your song. So what if there's one bad thing about it? It doesn't end the world.
This world is an interesting place, isn't it?
I couldn't agree more. It is. It will continue to be as long as we have people like them.
Yeah. Yes. Man, this is going better than I thought it was. Or thought it would. It's more conversational than I was expecting. I love it.
Oh, really? Wait, did you expect me to be one of those interviews that just repetitively ask questions? Did you expect that?
I wasn't expecting that. It's just. I was. How do I say this? It's not necessarily that I was expecting that from you. It's the whole preparing yourself for the worst. You know what I mean? So that you won't be upset with the outcome. That it's just that.
That makes a lot of sense. It does. It makes sense. And sometimes I do that. I do that really that very badly because I also think too much ahead. So it's exactly what you said, but I take it up an extra level because I literally always think ahead, like literally, like
Yeah.
like that plus 10.
I hear you. Preach it.
Yes, sir. Hey, I love this too, and wait a minute. We should clarify this for a sec. You have children because on your Twitter it says father too, so you actually have children.
Yes.
Wow, you got to spill the
Yes.
beans. What the hell happened?
What do you mean?
You don't look like a two kids kind of guy. I mean, you look like you're not. Are you even around 30 to have kids yet?
No, I'm turning 23 on the 1st.
Then how? Wait a minute. That makes no sense. How do you have kids when you're before 25? That makes no sense unless you and your wife had something going and you were still in high school. Did that happen? Guys, he made it
No.
happen. He did
Okay.
the sex. He
So
did that sex thingy during high school.
no, I no, I didn't. So my wife and I, um, we got together while she was trying to get out of a very bad relationship and a very bad marriage, I should say. Um, I won't go too far into details about what happened, but she already had a kid at that point, and I met her when our daughter was 2 years old. And the day, the day that I met them, first off, my wife and I, we met online. We met on a platform called Plenty of Fish, POF. And on our first date, we met up at a park. The night before, she said, "Hey, I'm sorry, I couldn't set up a, I couldn't set up anybody to watch my kid. Is it okay if she comes along with us?" And I was like, "Absolutely! I love children. They're awesome. The only thing is I don't have a car seat. Is that fine?" It's like, "Yeah, it's fine," because the park that we met up at was only like a few blocks away from the restaurant that we went to. But anyways, so we met up, got her all situated, and then we went to the place, a little place called Blaze Pizza. It's a fast fire pizza place where you build your own, and then they put it in the oven for like 5 minutes, and then it comes out, and there you go. Little personal pan stuff. But yeah, she had pizza sauce all over her face, and I took her into the bathroom and I cleaned her up. And when we left, she, at 2 years old, on the first day that we met, okay, keep that in mind, she reached up for my hand and said, "Daddy hand." And at that point, I didn't know how to feel. You know, like, I didn't know what the whole situation was at the time about my wife and her ex-husband. I didn't know if, because I knew that I wanted to be a father. So, of course, I'm going to be ecstatic about that someone would even consider calling me daddy. But I was confused because I didn't know if I should feel good about that because of the situation. So I just kind of rolled with it. And I took them back home. And then when I drove back home, I thought about it. And I felt really good about it. Like, I've always wanted that. I've always wanted someone to call me daddy. It's an extremely great feeling to be able to have someone who relies on you for the next 18 years. I know it sounds like a life sentence, but it's the best life sentence you could ever have. She is 6 now. My wife and I, we have been together for 4 years, married for a little over 1 year. It's actually going to be our 4-year anniversary in March. And then our 2-year anniversary is in November for being married. And then we had a kid together. He admittedly is 3. He's going to be 3 in March. So you know what happened there. but they're two little pistols. I like to say that they're two little pistols, but they ain't no 6-shooters.
No kidding.
Yeah, they're great. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, that's adorable, first of all. And to even call you daddy and you guys weren't even married yet, like, that was a sign, like, you were gonna automatically be, her father, because she apparently wanted you to be with them, apparently. Like, I figured out the sign, like, she wanted you to be with them. Like, even though she was young at the time, in her head, she just wanted to be with you, which I would not be surprised. If I was in her shoes, I would do it too.
Yeah. She's a great kid. Surely is.
I'm so good. I'm so happy for you. And congrats on the anniversaries. That's really cool. And that's that's really exciting too, because anniversaries are so nice. I mean, any kind of anniversary is nice. The only thing that I don't like about it is that people go too far with celebrating it. I've seen people have gigantic parties, or they would buy cruise ships, or they would go on a cruise getaway. Like, I don't know. That just seems a lot for me.
Nope. We like to keep things down low. We mostly keep to ourselves, and we'll probably go out to eat or something, but that's about it. Exchange presents. But yeah,
Thank God.
That's all.
Thank God. I do not want to go on your Twitter and find you both dressed up at a bachelor party.
No, that ain't us. We're a little more low down than
the Lord. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. And I'm actually curious to know, has any of your children actually listened to your music or has listened to your, production? Have they listened to that yet, or are you gonna wait until they're older?
No, actually, they love to be there while I'm working. I don't. I don't like it when they're there because then I can't think. I can't process what's going on. But they do love to listen to my music. They both know how to headbang. And they dance around and headbang to my music and stuff. Actually, so I finished another song after Where the Skies End. And that's going to be coming out in June. It'll be June 11th. And that song is called Wonderland. And I started that with my daughter. I brought my computer downstairs and I said, "Hey, do you wanna work on something with me?" And she's like, "Sure." So I got everything set up, hooked up to the what's it called? Living room TV. And I kind of laid something out real quick, and she really enjoyed it. And I played it on a loop for a little bit, and she was just dancing like no other. And I decided to go ahead and finish it on my own. So, yeah, there's another little thing. But yeah.
Wow.
June 11th.
Exciting. That's really dope. That's even a perfect time for your album. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Wow. And it's so adorable that they love your music. I can tell why you can't focus. If your kids are there, like, you're gonna be thinking about them. You can't focus on you if they're there.
Oh, yeah. I have to pay too much attention to them.
No kidding.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Especially now, especially they're little, and it's even more adorable if they're little because you're thinking about them a lot more.
Yeah.
And that is very cute. Do they go to the studio with
Yep.
you, or they just just hang out in the car and you just play your songs like on a speaker?
I I typically just played in the car for them, but every once in a while, they come up to the bedroom while I'm working, and they want to listen to whatever I'm working on. So, and I'm okay with that. But yeah,
You're both sides. Like you're like I'm okay with that, but it's like come on, kids, it's time to get out of here. I'm working.
I'm okay with it if they're just there for a few minutes and they want to listen to it.
What if it's an hour?
But
If it's an hour.
I don't like it. Well, if it's an hour, then that's an hour wasted. I could have spent it on the song.
Come on, you gotta tell those kids after an hour. You gotta be
But
like, yep, it's time for y'all to go. Come on, you gotta be strict with them. A little bit at least.
yeah, yeah, I'm trying to find that balance.
Aww. Well, you're pretty good at balancing, so I wouldn't. So you're pretty handled for that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. I interviewed dads before. You're not the first person you interview. You won't be the last person who's a dad who's also a musician. So you like you would not be surprised how many stories I could tell you with all the dads that I've done. Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, all like you. They all had younger kids that loved the music, and they would go in the car, and it'd be so adorable. I would look at their Instagrams, and they would post pictures of their kids in the car listening to their music. It'd be adorable.
Yeah. Uh, it's nice driving and then looking in the rearview mirror, and then I see my son nodding his head, kind of a little haphazardly, not quite to the beat. He's just nodding his head because that's what I do.
Is he gonna be the next musician in the family? Is he gonna be next?
Maybe. I have a feeling that if he were to be a musician, he might want to be a drummer because he loves beating things.
Oh my god, did you use pot them hands?
But no, okay. So he has these little McDonald's toys that are they're shaggy bobbleheads, and I have a video on my phone of him. He had one in each hand, and he's just walking around the living room, just shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, and then he starts banging them, like banging the heads against each other and stuff. And he loves that. He loves making noise. Anything that has to do with noise is his favorite thing in the world. Elena, she might want to be a singer. Because she loves to sing. She loves putting a melody to whatever she's saying or whatever she's trying to learn. Like, she loves to sing the alphabet. And the cleanup song from kindergarten? Clean up, everybody, everywhere. Yeah, she loves to sing that song too. They might be musicians when they grow up. I wouldn't be surprised because they've been around it their entire life.
But that'd be so cute, though. What if you and your siblings collaborated on a song? Wouldn't that be so cute?
Yeah, that would.
That'd be like
be fun.
Best experience ever to have your kids on a song with you. Like God, I don't know. Like, if I felt like that, I'd probably be dead by now. Cause like, not dead, like almost be like soaked in tears. Like happy tears. I'd be soaked with tears because of hearing them actually like doing it. Like, that's very sweet.
Man, I have this image going through my head right now. Um, Bryce playing drums. I've already learned how to play guitar at this point, and Elena is singing, and we're all playing. Oh, what's the song? It's by Fall Out Boy. Am I more than you were bargained for? Yeah. Oh, what is that song? What is that song? I can't think of it, but whatever. But yeah, that I got that image going
Where
through
did
my head
that
right
come
now.
from?
I don't know. It just you talking about if my kids are gonna be musicians when they're
I
older.
mean, I envisioned it too. I was envisioning it when we were talking about it. I've never seen them, but I envisioned them, actually performing with you. And hopefully, though, that works out. And, because I've never seen that happen in real life where, a parent actually played with their kids. Like, um, that would be a dream come true, at least for me to see. That'd be exciting to see that come to life. So hopefully that could happen. I'm excited. I'd be pretty darn surprised as hell if that happens.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Here, let me.
And and this is in addition to the kids actually. So how are they taken care of while you're at work and school? Like how's their lives, Like how does the family work when you have a lot going on?
So my wife stays home. Um, she does not have a job yet. Um, which I'm completely fine with. Uh, it it would make things way too hectic, anyways. And then her best friend also lives with us. She's actually lived with us about as
Oh.
long as we've been together. But we have no we we have no problem with it. She is an amazing person. She does extremely well with the kids. Um, she she loves to clean. It's her happy place. She loves to do the dishes. Um, which, I mean, we wouldn't have a problem doing ourselves, but, having a little extra help is always nice. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And hey, you're so lucky. I have to do everything myself. I don't bunk with somebody. That's so nice that you get to have a built-in friend that's there. Like does she so she's that person that hangs with them when you and your wife have work. So she's like the nanny almost.
Yeah, but like I said, my wife doesn't work, or at least not yet. Um, but she takes Elena to the school bus, and then my wife, she goes and picks her up. So, yeah, I I don't know. Things feel pretty even. I I can't complain.
How could you? You have a very good life going. There's no way you could complain.
Yeah.
Wow. Like even I like having kids look so cute. And the picture you just sent me, they look kind of like you. I've never seen your face, but I saw a little bit of your beard. And I kind of saw a picture, almost, sort of. They look just like you. They look so cute.
Thanks. They're little pistols. I love them to death. Full of energy.
Oh, I just squeeze them so much.
There you go.
Yep,
There I
it's
am.
official. They look just like you.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy about that with both of them. They Bryce is a little mini me too. Oh my gosh, he is such a fatty. He loves food.
Oh my
And
god.
I love food. Yeah, he
Are
eats
you
just
kidding?
about
Oh
anything.
god.
Still working on. Yeah, he. We're still working on vegetables, but the kid's 3 years old, and the other day, my wife made something that was a little spicy on accident. Elena, she hates spicy food, but Bryce, he took one bite and he had no problem with it. So we know that he's going to like spicy food when he gets older. He loves Mexican food. He loves Chinese. He loves burgers. He loves just everything under the sun. Pizza. Okay. Oh, gosh. Cereal. Dude, the kid is a walking mini vacuum.
I mean, that kind of strikes as trouble because if he really does eat anything, that means you can't do any mixtures. Like sometimes, like people would have mixtures in like the bottles of, or they would just try to mix food. Like you can't mix food. Like that's a little bit of trouble area. But hey, I appreciate anybody that likes eating.
Yeah. Oh man. It gets to the point though where um we have to do the opposite of what normally has to happen. Like with Elena, we have to encourage her to eat more. With Bryce, we have to tell him to stop. Oh, God, I love that kid. I love both.
I know.
God.
Bryce is probably my favorite so far. Like, and their hair look exactly like your beard. I don't know. Elena's hair looks exactly like your beard. Has the same color as. I don't know if you noticed in the pictures, but it's the same hair as. It's the same color as your beard. Like, now that's insane.
Yeah, the pictures don't represent reality that well, um, but yeah, I
And
see what you mean.
they have that nice blonde, which you kind of have blonde, except kind of brown, but they have a lot of relation.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're my babies, no doubt.
It's written in stone now. Like it's written in stone. They're yours. Like I can't find any more copies of you. Like they're copies. Like they're with you for life.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
With you at all times. Aside from those miracles and those lovelies, your music is just as love. It's just it's equal as your kids. Like really, the music's almost like um your very own. Like even like on social media, you're pushing your new single out, almost like you would do with actual children. Like pushing them forward. Like you're doing that with music. Like that's impressive.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to put them on social media, but um, I've done it before and it backlashed. So I'm doing my best to try and keep photos out. There was one time I posted a picture of Bryce on Reddit, and someone out of the blue commented, "Yeet the child."
Wait,
I
did he
don't know
say
why.
eat or eat the child?
But
Eat
YEET.
the what the
Yeet.
hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, most people when they say yeet, that's like they're throwing something. So I took it as throw the child. And I did not take too kindly to that. I expressed my dislike of that comment, and they just pressed it even harder. So, yeah, I'm not posting pictures of my kids ever again. Or at least not until they're older, when they have their own.
I mean, hey,
social
I
presence.
totally get it. I mean, God, that's why on the show, like, I don't show their faces, or I don't put images of people, or I don't even ask for any photos because people do that. Like, people are rude, disrespectful, and they shame people. Like, trust me, I totally get it. I don't blame you for not using Instagram. It's like you know it's privacy. Like, I totally get privacy. I mean, I've been doing it for over 2 years. Like, I totally get where you're coming from, and I respect what you're doing. Like, and I mean, that's like very mature of you.
Well,
Yeah, of
I
course.
appreciate
I
that.
mean,
Thank you.
like I'm totally fine. Instagram and TikTok are two, in my opinion. They're good, but they're also very bad. They're like very very good, like high level good, but they're also very high level bad. So like it's kind of 50-50 with using them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
But hey, I'm glad you're taking big steps. I'm glad you're taking, steps in which needed. You obviously are taking big steps. You have new singles coming out, and the album's coming in the summer. So, congrats on that. Congrats, for being honest with us about, your life and what's going on. Like, to me, I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah, no problem. I love to be upfront. I have no BS policy.
No kidding. You all about the seriousness. You all about getting it done. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
am.
And again, like, I'm excited, for a new single to come out. I'm excited for all the new music coming. I'm grateful that you were here to talk with us. I'm glad you were here to tell us all about it. And now I have you and your best friend on the show. That's something exciting.
Yeah, yeah. I, uh, I I loved that. I love that interview that you did with Rev. He he's a great guy. Um, he I don't know where I'd be without him, honestly. He inspires me with a lot of things, and I inspire him with a lot of things. So we feed off of each other, and it's great. Love
He's
having
a
him
wonder,
around.
all right. And I realized listening back to the interview, like, you guys have so much relation. You guys almost look like brothers, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, we definitely looked more similar when I was younger. When I was thinner, that's for sure. And didn't have facial hair.
Even so, you still look pretty good with facial hair. Yeah, of
Thank you. I
course.
appreciate
I
that.
mean, you wear glasses. That's a plus. I love nerds and I love glasses, so you get a plus because you wear glasses and I love glasses.
Thank you.
Oh,
Real quick question for you: which is better,
Star
Star Wars
Wars
or
or
Star Trek?
Star Trek? I'm gonna have to go with Star Wars because, like, the thing, like I've known Star Wars like most of my childhood because literally, like everywhere Star Wars is everywhere, and the kids like by my age wouldn't stop shutting up about it. They would not. They would like Star Trek. I've heard about it. I watched a little bit. Not as impressed and not as interesting as Star Wars. Like I watched a bunch of movies about it. I've seen the spin-offs of it, and they're always exciting. And it's always good to talk about people. I've asked, have you guys, any of you guys watch Star Trek, and they say nothing. So that already proves that that already says it.
Yeah, that you
Yes,
chose the correct
sir.
answer. um, I I love them both, but the reason why I love Star Wars more is because it's a dystopia instead of a utopia like Star Trek. And with it being dark and dingy and there's problems in the universe and somebody has to fix it. I love that idea. Instead of there's this perfect idea of a universe, this perfect idea of a group of people, I guess I should say, that goes to try and fix the universe to make it perfect. I'm not the hugest fan of that, but man, I do love Star Wars. So yeah, I am a
I
nerd.
love it. We're both nerds. Yay. Yeah, but just so you know,
Awesome.
if you're ever on my show, if you wear glasses and you're a nerd, you get a plus from me. You get a plus.
Perfect.
Hey, big props to you and your new music. Thank you again for taking time out to do this. And to the fans, we're gonna get a special surprise for your showcase bit. I'm excited for them to hear what you got from them. So that'll be exciting to hear after the segment. That'll be exciting. But again, thank you so much. It means a lot to me to do this.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. We we had a really great
Oh,
discussion.
I'm so glad.
I
I'm
had a
so
lot of
glad.
fun.
And just so you guys know, he actually came to me in Unwanted One, by the way. He wasn't one of those that I just begged him to come on here. Like he actually wanted to come here, so like it's even like this is even better than I thought it was gonna be.
What can I say? I love to talk.
That's true. Hey, I'm not talking to.
All right.
And I'm sure the fans are excited to see what you got for them. Any last words to the fans, by the way? Oh my god.
Well, um, if if you'd like to talk to me more, go ahead and hit me up on Discord. I've got my own server. Um, are you going to be posting links
You'll
at
be
all
everywhere.
with this?
I'll trust.
If the link is if the link is available wherever you are listening / watching, go ahead, hit the link tree. There will be a link inside of there to my Discord server. Come and join us. We have a lot of fun. Um, in there, I actually set something up so that the events will let you know when my music is up for pre-sale on iTunes and when it drops everywhere else. So, if you would like to know more information about that, go ahead, join on in, have some fun with us. We'd love to have you there. Ars Nova, like I said, it's still in progress, still working on it. I'm thinking since I graduate in June, I might be able to push it by the end of the year. Not quite sure. Most likely it's going to be next year, though. I might drop another single in between Wonderland and Ars Nova, though. But yeah, make sure to stay tuned. Come hang out with me in Discord. And yeah, thanks for listening.
And thank you all for tuning in. Remember, it is Dead Rabbit everywhere on social media. But he has very small social media, so let's respect the privacy. Thank you, please, and thank you. Make sure to break that pre-save link, which was released 2 days ago. I found out it was 2 days ago. And get excited for his new single coming out the 4th, Where the Sky Ends, and make sure to get excited for his brand new album, Dead Inside, coming out in August. Get excited, and thank you again for being here, and for spending time with us all. It was such a joy talking to you, and such a joy for everybody here, tuning in. Don't do anything stupid. Love y'all, and keep on supporting musicians. He needs just as much exposure as you do. See, I called you all out. See, anything
Thank
for
you.
you.
I appreciate it.
All right, I will talk to you all in the next chat I have. Love you. Have a good evening. Well, for them, it'll be evening. And peace out. Hello, everybody. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight as we dove into a wonderful podcast episode. Now, in this following segment, you will get a chance to hear this artist's showcase, because every artist that comes on the show requires to do a showcase. So buckle up, get some popcorn, and enjoy the showcase. I hope you guys love it, and check out the artist when you get a chance to. Hope you guys love it. Enjoy.